Today we are going to discuss the deflection of a beam. So the deflection of a beam modeled by a boundary value problems which represent a fourth order differential equations. So many structures are constructed using beam. These beams deflect under the influence of some external force or under their own weight. So the relationship between bending moments and the loads per unit length can be described by the equation d square m dx square is equal to wx. Additionally, for some deflection y, the bending moment m can be approximated as m equals to ei y double prime. Here E is the Young modulus of elasticity of the materials of the beam and I is the moment of inertia of a cross section of the beam. So when we put the value of m in this equation, we get a fourth order differential equations where E is known a constant, I also ei is constant and w is the load, that means weight. So we have to solve a fourth order differential equation to get the deflection of beam. Then we have to set up the boundary condition. So we can set up the boundary condition based on the given problems. Here you can see when the question asks simply supported at both ends. In that case, we can set up the boundary condition y at 0 equal to 0, y at L equals to 0, that means no deflection. And y double prime at 0 equals to 0, it means that bending moment is 0. Y double prime at L equals to 0 is also means that no bending moments. So this is a figure. How can we describe? Simply supported at both ends. So another kinds of condition like embedded at both ends, that means you can see here both ends are embedded. So in that case we can set up the boundary condition as y at 0 equals to 0, that means no deflection, y at L equals to 0, also no deflection. But y prime at 0 is equal to 0, that means slope of deflection is 0. Y prime at L equals to 0, also slope of deflection is 0. So another kind of boundary condition can be found, that is cantilever beam. For cantilever beam or embedded at left but free at right end, in that case we can set up the boundary condition y at 0 equals to 0 means no deflection, y prime at 0 equals to 0, that means slope of deflection is 0, y double prime at L equals to 0, that means bending moment is 0, y triple prime L, that means y triple prime at L equals to 0, that means shearing force is 0. So let us consider an example to apply the boundary condition and to get the deflection of beam. Say one problem given, a beam of length L is embedded at its left and simply supported at right end. Find the deflection of the beam when a load W is given as W naught x, here W naught is constant. So where x is the greater than 0, less than L, that means the length of the rod is L, is distributed along its length. So we choose the model equation, fourth order linear differential equations, ei d4y dx4 is equal to wx. So we have given w, so we put the w, then we divide by ei. So finally we get d4y dx4 is equal to w naught x by ei. So here W naught and EI is constant, so we consider W naught EI is equal to P for our calculation. Then it will be easy for us. So say P equals to W naught by EI. So this is a non-homogeneous fourth order linear differential equation. So we know that the solution for this equation is equal to complementary solution plus particular solution. So let us find the complementary solution. So we know that for the complementary solution we have to consider Wx 0. So that means we get M4 equals to 0 is auxiliary equation. That means we get M equal to 0, 0, 0. That means we get 4 times 0. That means the roots are real and equal. In that case we can write the complementary solution C1 plus C2x, C3x squared, C4x cubed. So this is our YC, that means complementary solution. Now we have given Gx is equal to Px. Here P is equal to W naught divided by EI. So now we have to use undetermined coefficient methods to find the particular solution. So say this is P of x, that means look like constant times x. So we can consider the particular solution as Ax plus B. But when we choose Ax plus B, we get is duplicate with the YC. That's why we multiply by x. So when we multiply by x, we get Ax squared plus Bx, again duplicate with the YC. Then again we multiply by x, we get Ax cubed plus Bx squared, again duplicate with YC. So that's why to ignore that duplication, we consider Yp equals to Ax to the power 5 plus Bx to the power 4. In this case, there is no duplication with the YC. So now we find the first derivative, y prime p, that is 5Ax to the power 4 plus 4Bx cubed. So second time derivatives, 20Ax cubed plus 12Bx squared. Since our equation is fourth order, so you have to find the fourth order derivative. So third time derivatives, we get 60Ax squared 24Bx. So fourth times derivative equals to 120Ax plus 24B. So now we put all these in our given or our considered model equation, that means in this equation. So we get 120 Ax plus 24b is equals to Px. So this is our model equation. So now we have to find out what is our A, what is our B. So when we equate from both sides of this equation the like terms, so we can see in the right hand side the coefficient of x is P, but in the left hand side the coefficients of x is 120a. So we say that 120a equal to P. So in the right hand side there is no constant, but in the left hand side there is constant 24b. So we consider 24b equals to 0, that means b equal to 0. So when b equals to 0, we get a equals to P by 120. That means we already get our particular solution as P 120x to the power 5, because our A is P by 120, B is 0. Now we can write the general solution as YC plus YP, that means C1, C2x, C3x squared plus C4x cubed plus P by 120x to the power 5. So for the time being we are not going to put the value for P If we put the value for p, that means this is our general solution, but we use this equation to get the C1, C2, C3, C4. So now we will apply the boundary condition. So this is our boundary condition. When we apply the first boundary condition, we get y0 equals to 0. That means when we put x equals to 0, when we put x equals to 0 in the given equation, you can see here this one contains x, 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 x. That means all terms become 0. That means we can say that C1 equal to 0. Similarly, to apply second boundary condition, we find y prime x from here, because this one y equal to C1 plus C2x, C3x squared, C4x cube, p by 120 x to the power 5. We find first order derivative here, y prime x. Similarly, to apply y double prime L equal to 0, we need the second derivative, so we find here second derivatives. Now we use all these equations to get C1, C2, C3, C4. So we now apply the boundary condition. When we apply the boundary condition y0, we get C1 equal to 0. So when we apply the boundary condition y prime 0 equals to 0, then we get C2 equal to 0. You can see here when we put x equals to 0, that means we C2 equal to 0. Here these terms become 0, these terms become 0, this one also 0, this one also 0. That means we get C2 here 0. So now we apply y prime L equal to 0. That means we get C3 L squared plus C4 L cube plus p by 120 L to the power 5 equals to 0. Again we apply the boundary condition y double prime L equal to 0. We already have y double prime L here. So here we put x equal to L, then we get this equation number 2. Now we solve this equation 1 and 2 to get C3, C4. So when we multiply equation 2 by L square, then we can see that in equation 1 and 2 the coefficient of C3 becomes same. So we multiply equation 2 by L square, then subtract equation number 2 from the new equation of 2. Here we multiply equation number 2 by L square, then subtract equation number 1 multiplying by 2. Then we get 4C4 L cube this. So in this case we can say that so that means when we solve equation 1 and 2, we get C4 is equals to minus 3p L square divided by 18. Then putting this C4 in equation number 2, we get C3 equals to 7p L cube 240. So finally we put all C1, C2, C3, C4 in our general equation, general solution. Y equal to C1, C2x, C3x squared, C4 x to the power 4 plus p by 120 x to the power. So now we know that C1, C2, 0 and C3 is equals to 7p L cube divided by 240 and C4 is equals to minus 3p L square divided by 80. So we put the value for C1, C2, C3, C4 here. Then we get after simplification p by 240 bracket 7 L cube x square minus 9 L square x cube plus 2x to the power 5. So that means this is our deflection of beam.